This video presentation intends to demonstrate the core functionality of my script. Let's start in the Rhino viewport, where I have generated three surfaces. I have a planar surface. I have a planar surface. I have a single curvature surface, and I have a double curved surface. Now I will illustrate how I can reference all of these surface types into my script. But I actually don't need these baked versions, as I also have them internally within Grasshopper. So let's first try to reference the planar surface as the design domain. What we see happening is the generation of grid and support points. The support points are the green ones, and we asked for six of them, why we see 6 support points present. Now we can edit the number of support points, but we need to update the gene pools controlling the support point coordinates in order for the change to take effect. So now there should be only 5. The grid density can be set as well. So you can make your grid finer if you want to, or you can make it coarser. And this grid density doesn't have anything to do with the fineness of the finite element mesh later computed. It only sets the number of candidate support points. So the finer your grid density, the more support candidate points you'll have to choose amongst. I very briefly mentioned this trimming mode strategy, but here you can have a demonstration of what it exactly does. It has both mode 1 and 2 allows for having grid points on your boundaries. So I would probably prefer mode 0 as this script is made for support optimization, why I think you would probably always benefit from having a little cantilevering. I prefer not viewing the activated grid points, but rather their node tags, as this makes the support points stand out more. Okay, let's go on to reference the singly curved surface. There's the top view and the perspective. Now, this time only 4 supports are actually present, meaning that one support location must have duplicates. So once again we can randomize the gene pools. Now there's 5 again. And you have the same mechanisms apply for the surface as well. Okay, last but not least, here goes the double curved surface. There we have it. Okay, so all surfaces seem to work. Now let's stick to the planar surface for the next part of the video. I only need the top view now. So I will enable the FEM computation in order to demonstrate the functionality of the support positioning gene pools. So first, the orange legend here represents the maximum deflection computed within the system. So this point is the location and this is the magnitude, and the same goes for the moment. But don't mind the actual magnitudes at the moment, because this is of course not a structurally sound system. But yeah, it still shows the functionality of the script. So yeah, let's try to chase the deflection around a little bit. Let's try to move this support located at index 2.2. So the top gene pool controls the row index. So this is the only option, or this will be our support, as this is the only value of 2 present within the gene pool. So let's move it down some rows. Yeah, already there we see the deflection jumped. We can try to move this support to position 11.1. It's the only support located in row 3, meaning it must be this one. Yeah. So just to demonstrate the functionality of the column index as well, let's try to move this support horizontally. It must be support number 1. And yeah, as also mentioned in the thesis, this index computation requires remapping, why the values, the actual slider values, won't correspond to the index values actually shown in all cases. So now I forgot which support I was dealing with. Oh yeah, support number 1. Yeah, there we go. Okay, yeah, so this is another way to gain an intuitive feel of your structure by simply just chasing the deflection around. Let's move on to defining fixed supports. This you can do by simply adding points, and this, let's try to affect the deflection once again. So the deflection jumped to another location, meaning that the support must be taken into consideration in the computing. And we can define as many supports as we want to. So let's see once again. Once again, the deflection was affected and jumped to a new location. Now let's try to define some restricted areas where supports are not allowed within. This can be done by drawing curves. So let's try to affect this support by drawing a curve around it. And now when I reference the curve, you will see how the 4 grid points will be removed because they are defined internally within the restricted area. So yeah, we also saw the support point being affected and jumping to the nearest location in the same row. And like for the fixed supports, you can generate as many restricted areas as you want to. So that will be it for now.